lasagna once again, another video. Just got home. Hope your day went well. We always start with our ground beef, or you can make it with ground turkey. It doesn't matter. Got my skillet ready, kind of a pre-prep. I actually learned how to edit a little bit today, so hopefully this video will come out a little better than the rest of them. But we'll see. So that's your ground beef. Season it up a little bit. I know a lot of people season their ground beef after it cooks. I don't like that. I want my seasoning to cook in my ground beef. So the theory is if you season it afterwards, then you don't pour off your flavor. Well, I think how I do it is the way I like it. A little bit of seasoned salt. Of course, my garlic powder. I'm going to put fresh garlic in it too. Got my garlic powder. I got my black pepper. And I'm going to put some dry basil in it because I didn't go out and get any fresh basil. I told you I got a basil plant from the hardware store. Yeah, so I've been using the fresh basil. And little did I know that when you cut it off the plant, you have to watch for inchworms. So I was kind of done with the fresh vegetables after that. I mean, not the fresh vegetables, but the fresh herbs after that. But next time. So I have to look out for the inchworms. I put a little bit of onion in it. Not a lot, but just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. So I'm going to chop this up real quick. Hopefully everything is in place. If not, today. So I hope you had a good day. I don't know, haven't heard from anybody regarding the latest current events, but such is life. We didn't have Jollibee either today. We had KFC, if you can believe that. I was trying to get some Chinese food, but that didn't work out. So KFC it was. So I'm going to put these onions in there. This is not my cutting knife, but it'll have to do. Put these onions in here. Chop it up. Take out the big pieces. It don't matter because by the time it gets through cooking, it's going to be all small. It's going to be all small. Alright, so that's a go. Now, the noodles. The lasagna noodles are, let me put this back. The lasagna noodles are what is going to be the difference. Now, these are the lasagna noodles. You see right here where it says oven ready? That means you don't have to boil it. I know, it's this new thing, because boiling lasagna noodles is a pain in the neck, really. So yes, they do look like flat noodles with the little ridges and stuff on the edges, but you don't have to boil them. You literally put it in your pan and layer it. It is the easiest thing ever. And the only difference is, you know how when you make spaghetti or when you make lasagna, it's really meaty and really, hearty. With the lasagna, for these noodles to cook, you have to put extra sauce in it. Not necessarily extra meat, but the extra sauce. So, I'm going to chop up, let this meat start simmering. All ground beef. I'm going to put some ground turkey in it, but this is kind of a fairly small pan, so we'll see. So, you got to have your oven-ready noodles. I know you said you didn't like ricotta cheese, but you got to put, I put a little bit in it, I'll show you. And you need 2 cups of Monterey Jack. Some people put mozzarella. Monterey Jack is my favorite. This is the ricotta cheese that I use. I don't think the brand matters. I think cheese is cheese. And I just put just a little dab of ricotta cheese. So I'm going to start grating the cheese, and I'll be right back when this is all grated.
Okay.
All right, so we grated the cheese. This is 2 cups of cheese, 16 ounces, and I put 2 jars of regular spaghetti sauce in here, and I'm gonna give it a mix. But you know what? One time I was making it, and I didn't have but 1 jar of spaghetti sauce, and I think a can of tomatoes. And you know what I did? I put chicken broth in it, and it worked just the same. It worked just fine. Nobody could tell any difference, and it worked. So if you get in a bind and you don't have 2 sauces or anything, you can put chicken broth in it, and it works. So only thing is, this is the seasoned meat with the 2 spaghetti sauces. And now I'm gonna put some garlic. Remember I told you I was gonna tell you about this little thingy, microplane. I call it the zester, but it's actually called a microplane. Let me get my top. I'll be right back. Now you don't have to peel them and stuff anymore. You just kind of loosen it up. I'm gonna loosen it up with my little thingy here. Take the skin off of it. People probably been doing this forever, but I just discovered it, so it's good. So you just peel it so the garlic is showing, and you don't have to chop it. Ugh, look at the ugly part. Ugh, don't do that part. Here, let me cut that part off. So you just give it a little snip. And give that one a little snip, okay? And you take it, one side is smooth, and one side is rough like a cheese grater. And you just take it, and you hold it over here, and it just grates until it's almost at the end, and then you got fresh garlic on the other side. Pretty cool, I thought anyway. So I'm gonna put some fresh garlic in here. If there's a little piece left, I just throw it in the pot because it's garlic. My fingers are clean. So that's 1 garlic. I'm gonna do it all over again with this one. And you just zest. Take the skin off though. Zest. And then, probably should do it over the pot so it will fall in there. Okay, all the way to the edge till it's no more almost. Drop the rest, and there's your fresh garlic. Let's see. Yep, that works too. Boop, boop. Give it a stir. Give it a stir. And I want this a little more juicy, so this is a perfect example. This is still kind of meaty. Watch this. I'm gonna put some chicken broth in it. Nobody ever gonna know the difference. Okay. Chicken broth. To make it just a little soupy, so when I put on the noodles. This was leftovers from the remember we made, what did we make with this? I think we made Brussels sprouts last week. So yes, you want it juicy like this because your noodles have to cook. It's okay that you see the spaghetti, but you're gonna need some juice. See the juice in there? All right, so let it cook down just a little bit. Still got a little bit more broth in case I need it. Okay, so we got a ricotta cheese. Now, I don't like ricotta cheese. I tried it so many ways. I've seen people put egg in it. I've seen people season it and do all that. All I need is just a little dab just to make it juicy and creamy and good. So what I do is I stir it, make sure it's not lumpy, and then I'm just gonna put like little dabs. You'll see once I start layering it. Okay, and I already preheated my oven. So I think we are all set. So I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna put a little bit of sauce in the bottom of my pan. You wanna try to get more sauce on the bottom than your meat, because you want your noodles to kind of lay flat. See, that's why you need some juice in this thing. Okay? So it should look like that. Okay? So I'm gonna let that simmer, and then I'm gonna start layering. So we're gonna put our first noodle down. Your noodles have to go first, obviously, because you're gonna have to scoop up the lasagna. Second noodle. Pan is a little narrow, but I always make it work, so don't worry. Scoot over. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Alright, so now we're going to put some meat. Get more meat this time on it instead of the sauce. Layer your meat in there. Spread it all over. Okay, now give it some sauce because you gotta cook your noodles all around the edges, because the edges, if you're not careful, that's the part that gets hard. All right, we'll come back over here. We're gonna put just a dab. Watch this. Now this pan, I usually do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So I'm gonna put 1, 2, because I don't like a whole bunch of ricotta. I'm not putting egg in it. I did that one time and it was really firm. And if you like it like that, go for it. So this is the extent of my ricotta, so that's why I just buy a little one. And I'll put some more noodles on it. Can't get any easier than this. Give it a little push, because I want to stack this kind of high, but not. So I'm going to get one more noodle on it. All right, that's what it should look like. All right, coming back with some more meat. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the cheese. Oh, no, I put ricotta cheese. I'm going to put the mozzarella cheese. I mean the jack cheese on this. Okay, so you're going to go with your meat. Big old hunk. Now this time, I'm going to put this cheese. And I'm gonna put another layer of noodles on here, so don't worry. Should have used my other pan, but I was trying to make a little one. It's kind of hard to make a little lasagna. Let's see if this will work. All right, yep, this will work. Squish it down. Squish it down. Squish it down. Now, these have to cook under foil. You're gonna cover it with foil. That's how the noodles cook. All right. So this time, turn this down low, and we're gonna get meat and sauce. Because you're gonna top it with another layer of cheese afterwards, but that's not until much later. So let's do sauce. We gotta soak these noodles really good. We're gonna do some sauce. You're not gonna put cheese on until the very, very end, because you're gonna put this with foil. And the foil is going to rip off the cheese. So we're going to cover the top with sauce so we can cook our noodles. Putting it down on the sides, because when I made it last time, my edges were kind of not as soft as I would like it to be. So that's why I'm really trying to get it down in the sides. See how that noodle is still showing? So I'm gonna put some pasta, some sauce, right? And try to fill all this up. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Now I need to get me a bigger lasagna pan, huh? But this is good, it's just us. All right, I'm turning this off. Now this is how it's gonna go in the oven, okay? You're gonna put some foil over it so it can cook. When it finished cooking, you're going to put your cheese, the rest of your cheese, on the top of it so it can get all bubbly and gooey. All right? I'm going to put some foil on it. And into the oven it goes. If you put cheese on it now, which is full, when you take the foil off, it's going to rip it all off. but it won't with this. It's just going to cook the pasta. So this is going in the oven, and if I do this video right, we should have one video, but if we don't, it'll be part 1 and part 2.